love that song. Hey guys, welcome to the Melanated Way. I'm Linda Antwi. Normally I do the Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, and all the other shows today, but we're going to do Darcey and Stacey today because last night I watched the wrong shows, and then today I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing Darcey and Stacey today. So Darcey and Stacey, episode 7, season 2, Fights and Flights. But before I get started, we're going to do some housekeeping as per usual. Housekeeping stuff. Support the show, support the show, support the show. Bottom of your screen, you can see where you scroll, where you can support the show. We're trying to grow and expand, helps with production costs, all the things. Cashapp, Venmo, PayPal, lindaissogirlie. And shout out to my Patreon subscribers. I hope that you guys have been enjoying all the little surprises and golden nuggets over there. I appreciate you so much. Without you guys, these shows wouldn't happen. So Olivia, Vanessa, Trisha, Sandra, Carol, Trina, Danielle, Rebecca, Marianne, Nia, Radell, Linda, Donna over at Anchor FM, Brianna, Crystal, Nicole, Amanda, Julissa, Angela, better days, better days, better days. Yeah. What up, live chat? You guys are popping up in there. Hey, Radella. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Amanda. Hey, TG. All right, let's get started. Because I got to tell you, this episode, I have a question for you guys. And here is my question. How many times did Darcey cry in this episode? Pop your answer up in the live chat. Closest person, I'll pop your answer up on the screen. If you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments below. How many times did Darcey cry during this episode? So, starts off with Darcey crying, and she's upset because her friends are still fighting over Georgie and what Georgie said or may have said or didn't say, all the things. And Stacey's like, well, I don't want Georgie to feel attacked. Well, what do you mean you don't want him to feel attacked? What do you mean? All 5 of you are gaining up on him. Of course he's going to feel attacked. And, you know, Debbie, I already told you how I feel about Raina and Debbie. I think those two are shit disturbers. Debbie's sticking to her story. She's saying that a third party said this and you said that, but I can't reveal my sources. Calm down, Debbie. Radella said 25 times. So she sticks to her story, and Stacey's like, you know, I'm really concerned about the money thing. You know, we talked to Octavia, who's Georgie's ex. We talked to Octavia, and she said she saw you on a sugar mama site, and this person saying that you're concerned about the money. Are you concerned about the money, or do you really love Darcey? Now, you guys, listen. If he indeed said that, and if he indeed is looking for a sugar mama, do you think that when he's confronted by all Darcey's people that he's going to turn around and say, oh, yeah, I'm looking for a sugar mama? Of course he's not. Of course he's not going to say that. So he says, of course I love Darcey. I would be with Darcey because I think she's strong. So if she lost all her money, I would be with her because I know she could pick herself right back up and go make us some more money. Now, if that's not pimp talk, I don't know what is, y'all. So then Raina jumps in and says, you know, so if she went broke tomorrow, would you still be with her? And he's like, yeah, I'd still be with her. And Raina all of a sudden did a 360, y'all. She did a 360. She felt like, oh, that was a good enough answer for me. Now I'm feeling good vibes, peace and love with Georgie. She apologized to him. She felt he was being real. She didn't expect this from him. You didn't expect what? All he said was, no, I didn't say that. Prove it. I didn't say it. Prove it. And now he's good vibes and you didn't expect that from him. What did you expect? Did you expect him to say, yeah, I said it? What? Very bizarre. Very bizarre. So then Debbie also then backtracks a little bit because she sees that everyone is going on Georgie's side and she doesn't want to be called out as the liar. So she says, well, maybe maybe the person lied to me. The third party lied to me, and maybe it wasn't true. You know what? You know who the third party is? It's you. You, Debbie, you made it up. You were trying to cause some type of kerfunkle, and you got busted, and now you're backtracking, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Just not a good look. So, Stacey says that she's seeing a new Georgie. She respects him now. She gets up, she gives him a hug, and everything is all good, I guess. Darcey's happy. She's grateful. She still thinks that they have issues, but she's glad that everyone is ready to just move on past the big drama. And remember, you guys, the big drama was, oh, so-and-so said that you said, like high school shit. Like, stop it. Just stop it. So then we move on to Stacey and Florian, and they're driving to their second doctor's appointment. And you guys, I just love Florian's little personality. So he feels like Stacey is driving way too slow because it's snowing a little bit. But you guys, I really had to like look to see where the snow was, because I'm from Canada. Like, we get real snow, and I know you guys on the East Coast, you guys get real snow. What they were talking about, it was like sprinkling a little bit of rain, a little bit of wet snow maybe. But she was driving really, really slow, and she's like, hey, you know what? I'd rather get us there safe than sorry. But I'm noticing with her driving, I think that she might not be the best driver. And I'll tell you why later in the episode, but I feel like she might not be the best driver. So you know what? Go ahead and take your time, Stacey. Go ahead and take your time. Just remember to stay out of the fast lane, because some of us have places to go. So she really wants to have a baby. And then did you guys notice, because you know I get distracted by things, this is Florian. So Stacey's nagging him, right? Like, when we get there, I don't want you to say this, and I don't want you to do that. Meanwhile, I'm going to do a little bit of acting. Florian's in the driver's seat, and Florian's like this. Picking something out of his mouth, and then looking at it, and then like flicking it. I was like, oh, what's happening here? Did you guys pick that up? I was fascinated by it. Hilarious. Hey, Kathy Hunt. Hey, girl. Hey. So he's distracted by whatever he's picking out of his mouth, and Stacey's like naggy. They get to the doctor's office, and Florian doesn't see the point. He's like, we can go to this doctor, but we can go to another doctor, and the other doctor is going to say something different, and that doctor is going to say something different, but I'll go with you. So they get there, and they're going to do blood work. They're going to do an ultrasound. She gets the blood work, and she's not like a needle person either, and she has long nails, so she's having a hard time getting her fists together to get that vein to pop. But then she did it, moved over to the next room. She had to disrobe from the bottom down, right? And she had to take these, like, because she's wearing these high snakeskin boots. She had to take the boots off. And she's like, help me with my boots. Help me with my boots. And then Florian's rolling his eyes, because Florian is hilarious. And to camera, he's like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck is this? He's like, every time I have to help Stacey with their shoes, it's hard. He's like, I wish she would just wear flip-flops every day, because this is some bullshit. I freaking love Florian. And then so she disrobes, she gets up on the thing, and she's wrapped with the, like, you know, that paper gown that they give you. She lies back, and then he's like, what's happening here? Because they're pulling out the ultrasound tools, and I thought he was gonna faint. Like, he was like, what are you doing to my wife? Like, what's happening? He's like, no. Oh, Florian. So we find out that she has a small cyst on her left ovary, but the doctor wants to wait to see when the blood work comes back. But for now, the number of small follicles is low. I don't know what that means, but he made it sound like there were not a lot of eggs there. So if any of you guys are in the medical field and you know, let me know in the comments, let me know in the live chat. I know midwife Crystal might know the answer to that. So Stacey's just trying to be hopeful. She's trying to be positive. She's trying to have a baby. She wants a baby right now. And we'll see what happens. We got to wait for that blood work to come back. Meanwhile, over at the Ponderosa Darcey, Aspen and Aniko are coming over. And they're going to have the Georgie special, which is kebabs. And they're still working on their issues. They're annoyed with each other. She feels like she lets go of things really easy. I personally think she starts a lot of things and then she moves on. And then because she started stuff, he holds on to it because he's like, what are you even talking about? So I think that's where the disconnect is. So I feel like she needs to own up to her part. Like she starts a lot of the fights out of the blue for no reason. And then he reacts and then it's a problem. Like, why are you holding on to this? I've already moved on to the next thing that's bothering me. I'm going to need you to catch up. So they start fighting about him buying a $5 jar of peanut butter. Okay, now you guys, it's not about the peanut butter. Clearly, it's not. It's the bigger issue. And the bigger issue to me, in my opinion, is that she's tired of paying for everything. She's tired of him spending her money. She's tired of him not like looking at prices because why should he? Because he doesn't have to pay out of pocket. It's her money. So if he wants a $5 jar of peanut butter, he's going to get a $5 jar of peanut butter. If he wants a $10 jar of peanut butter, he's going to go ahead and get that because it's not his money to spend. So it's like, I don't know how much stuff costs. Now he comes back with, I don't understand what the big deal is with this $5 jar of peanut butter. You buy, we buy, he says, $1,000 shoes that we never wear. And then he starts calling her boss. Yes, she's your boss. You want to know why? She's the only one that's bringing in checks and you're spending her money. So the boss is saying to you, slow down on the spending because you were not approved, period. Amanda says, was it fancy peanut butter? Even like Skippy is probably close to that. But yes, it's not about that. They didn't tell us, but it's not about the peanut butter. It's about him spending all her money, and I think she's getting sick of it. I think that's exactly what it is. And it's about the nitpicking that both of them are doing. So not only are they fighting about peanut butter, but guess what? I think Darcey might have a thing about cooking meats. So she brings up Jesse while they're cooking their meat for their kebabs. And how the last time she had dinner with Aniko and Aspen and Jesse was there, you know, the whole meat situation, and it was creating a toxic environment, and she doesn't want that for her children, and he's making her feel the same way. And he's like, do you miss Jesse? Because you talk about him a lot, and you really talk about him way too much. And then he says, maybe you should go back to him. You look like you miss him. She starts crying again and says, no, it's just the toxic energy. I'm like, are we fighting about meat again? Because the last time you were having dinner and you were making steaks and you were fighting about meat, you said that you knew all about meat and cut on the bias. And now you're telling Georgie something about his kebabs and the kebabs are too small. You got to make, he's saying, make them bigger. The whole, what is it? Because it's not about the meat, or maybe it is about the meat. Anyway, so she starts crying. Girls come over for family dinner, and it was an awkward, crazy, weird silence. They were sitting there serving dinner. Darcey feels like she's walking on eggshells, but then no one's really talking or interacting with each other. It was really super weird. Then Darcey starts crying again. Now, Darcey's crying because she feels like she's feeling some toxic energy, but she tells the kids that, hey, I'm sad because I'm going to Turkey tomorrow and I'm going to miss you guys. And they're like, don't cry, Mom, don't cry. Don't cry. And I was like, but what are we crying about exactly? Like, you literally just sat down. You're having a delicious meal in front of you. What is it? Like, just eat. Get the endorphins from the food that you're eating. What's happening right now? Why are we crying again? Because I think this is like the 5th time and I'm only like 10 minutes into the show. I don't understand what's happening right now. Hey, Nikki. Hey, girl. Hey. So they have this awkward dinner. She's crying. And it was weird. It was just like super weird. Super weird. Next morning, Mike asked if she's going for body sculpting. And she's like, yeah, I'm going for body sculpting, getting some revisions done. I might get my face done and my nose done. And Mike, the dad, was like, I'm 72 and my nose hasn't changed in 72 years. Like, I don't understand why you feel like you need to do that. He's totally not for the trip. He's totally not for this remake, redo, do over, snatch situation. He's just not feeling it. And he feels like, you know, hey, we all grow old, like grow old with some grace and dignity. Now, I am not against like a few tweaks here and there. If that's what you're into, go ahead and do that. Right. But even her girls say like they can't keep up with the number of surgeries that Darcey has had. Now, because I said that, I do want to pop something up because I want to share it with you guys. So bear with me 1 second as I share my screen because I want to show you guys something real quick because it is what I was talking about last week. Now, I want you guys to take a look at this and I want you guys to take a look at it really well because I was talking to another 90-day blogger yesterday and I was trying to explain how much I feel Darcey and Stacey have changed, but I couldn't figure out what exactly it was. They talked about like tweaks to the nose, maybe their cheeks. They talked about this teeth whitening thing that they're doing. And then they talked about maybe possibly lipo or something that snatches your stomach. So all the revisions. Now, to me, they look totally different. I want to know what you guys think. If you think that Darcey and Stacey look totally different. For the one thing, I used to not be able to tell them apart. I can completely tell them apart now. Now, I don't know if like the forehead area, something got done. I know their nose is different. I feel like their eyebrows look different. Their lips are definitely plumper. And whatever they did with their teeth are like more something. Yes, that's Stacey on the right. Darcey's in the pink on the left. Midwife Crystal says Darcey looks the most different, like just different, right? And so I wanted to show you guys this so that you guys can compare it. Take a look at this. So this is us in Los Angeles, California at a TLC party. And so we're in 2021. This was 2019. So Darcey looked beautiful. I think Darcey's beautiful. I don't think that she needs very many tweaks that she thinks she needs, but you can completely see the difference. There's a big difference in whatever it is that she's doing. Yes. Amanda says, my beautiful Darcey, what are you doing to yourself? And Susan says, they don't look like twins yet now. Exactly. Which is interesting to me because, you know, they get the same work done, so they say, but they are definitely looking different. So I know I went on a tangent a little bit, but I want you guys to see that because I still am like, what? I want them to tell us, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. And maybe we'll get that when they get to Turkey. So face, their nose, their lips, they want to get their waist snatched. So a whole bunch of stuff. Their Barbie makeover is what they're calling it. Now, Aspen and Aniko, they can't remember how many surgeries Darcey has already had. They know that she's had some lipo. They know that she's had a boob job. And then this thing that I've never heard of, and I'm going to have to look up, ab stretching. What is ab stretching? Anyone? Ab stretching? Is that a surgery? They stretch your abs out. I know that, remember Larissa got like the 6-pack surgery? I don't know if that's the same thing, but maybe it's that. I don't know. Whatever the case. Oh, that Allison said, I looked it up and it sounds like a new name for a tummy tuck. Oh, so I'm getting a little bit of ab stretching. I guess that sounds pretty good. I'm getting a tummy tuck. Oh no, I'm stretching out my abs. That's hilarious. Oh my God, I almost made myself choke on my own laugh. Okay, so weird energy at dinner, silence. The girls are surprised that these two are back together. On the one hand, they love it because they love his cooking. They made a hilarious joke about Jesse, saying Jesse's cooking is cold and rare, just like his soul. And they called him cold-hearted. So they definitely like Georgie's cooking. They say he's a good cook, but they don't know necessarily if their mom should be together with Georgie. So they can kind of like take it or leave it. Now, Darcey, they start talking about, I don't know if you guys have seen it, because I actually know a couple of people who do it, you get diamonds put on your teeth. It's like a trend that's happening right now. So Darcey's talking a little bit about getting her teeth done. And they're talking about diamonds on their teeth. And then Darcey throws in the biggest jab of the night. She says, diamonds come and go, especially in my life. And then she gives this like snide look over to Georgie. And I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is how you start fights. And then you get over it because you said your snide comment. You got your little dig in. And then you're surprised that he holds on to it. So you want him to be on his best behavior and not create a toxic environment for your daughters. But then you prod him and you poke at him and you say these mean things and he's not supposed to say anything. I mean, I don't know, Darcey. So I just think it's provoking. Darcey starts crying again. And she says, I'm just really going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss you. And then she goes to camera and she starts crying again. And she's like, I don't know if I'm just stuck in a toxic cycle. I'm showing more hurt than love. And I just don't know what to do. It's just so toxic. I just want to have positive energy before I go to Turkey for my makeover. So Stacey is driving again. And remember earlier in the show, I said, I don't think Stacey's probably the best driver. So Stacey needs to go to the bank because she needs to get cash out so that her husband, Florian, can survive and have money while she's in Turkey getting her makeover. So she's driving to the Bank of America. And because, I don't know if the snow, it wasn't snowing, the thoughts in her head, she got distracted and she kept missing. You know how you have to like turn in to drive-in ATMs? She kept missing the turn. So she missed it the first time. Oh, I missed the turn. Went around again. Oh, I missed the turn. Now, to me, as a driver, I would just be irritated with my own damn self because how many times are you to miss the turn? You knew you missed it the first time and then you missed it the second time. And then she went around again and missed it a third time. She finally gets to the ATM and says, how much do you need, Florian? 2,000? And he's like, no, I don't need 2,000. He gets all squirrely about it. And he talks about how he's not a fan of taking money from Stacey. Because, where he's from, the man provides, and he can't wait to get his green card so he can start working so that she doesn't have to work because it makes him feel uncomfortable having to, like, take money. I'm sure it makes you uncomfortable. It also makes you uncomfortable when you're sitting there. Just take the money out, Stacey. Give him whatever you want to give him. But don't be like, how much do I need to give you? Because, of course, that's going to make him feel uncomfortable. Because what is he going to say? He doesn't know. He's going to say, I don't know. 5,000? Is that too much if I say 5,000? If I say 200, is that too little? Like, why put him in that position? And yes, girl, yes, that was my next thing. So if y'all are already married and he doesn't have a job, so he's already going to be spending your money. Why not get him a debit card? Why not get him a credit card? Pop his name on your account and you're good to go. You won't have to worry about this. And he can just pull out money at his own leisure. The only reason you wouldn't do that is if you don't trust your husband and you want to keep him on a short leash. Right? I mean, makes sense to me. So, then she talks about how this is going to be the longest time that they've been apart since he's come to America, and they haven't spent more than 14 hours apart. I was like, your whole 6-year relationship was long distance. I don't think you going away for a couple of weeks for a couple of nips and tucks is going to cause him any type of stress. You guys were like halfway across the world for years, didn't see each other for months, and all of a sudden, I haven't spent more than 14 hours. Yes, you have, Stacey. You spent plenty of time away from Florian. So I think you'll all be okay. You'll be okay. But she's having some trust issues of her own. So she wants to figure out how she's going to be able to track where he is while she's away. Hey, Graciela. Hey, girl. Hey. So she's packing for her trip. She's like, hey, honey, come help me pack for my trip. And he comes in and she's like, hey, have you set up your phone to share your location? And he's like, why? Like, why do I have to do that? You don't trust me. And I don't understand why she doesn't trust me, because my life is all about Stacey. Okay. I'm going to tell you why she doesn't trust you. Please hold the line. She doesn't trust you because of this picture. Y'all remember her? Shanti? Remember the picture she posted of them in bed together while he's supposedly in this long-term relationship with Stacey? Yeah, that's why she doesn't trust you. Because she knows that you probably were up to no good. How about that? Oh, if that's not enough information, let's look at this photo. So this is when she did a whole exclusive with In Touch. She admitted that her and Florian were sleeping together. She admitted that they cheated, and she went on the show last season, if you guys remember, and said basically the same thing. Like, yeah, I was with your dude. And then, just to put the cherry on the top. Oh, Florian, is that you in bed with her caption reading, guess who's here? Guess who's here? I can tell you where he's not supposed to be. He's not supposed to be laid up under you when he has a whole on relationship going on. So back to Florian saying that his life is about Stacey, but he doesn't know why she doesn't trust him. Exhibit A. Oh, God. Stop it. So then we go to Darcey. Darcey's packing. She thanks Georgie for putting things aside for the sake of the kids and making sure that it's not a toxic environment when the kids are around. And she's like, you know, when things are good between us, they're good. But when they're bad, Georgie's like a different person. And I don't know who he is. And we've been arguing a lot. And so she says, you know, I just really want us to be on the same page before I go to Turkey, because I just want like peace and Zen vibes. And he's like, well, you're the one that argues all the time, and you're the one that's killing our love. And he goes on to say, you make me feel not loved. You like to make everyone feel less than you. And then he talks about how when they fight, small fights become big fights because of the way she speaks. And she says things to him that he feels is condescending. So a little thing about peanut butter becomes a big thing because it's not about the peanut butter. It's about the money you're spending and the way you're telling me that I'm spending your money, right? So if he's already sensitive about, hey, my sugar mama, I should be able to do what I want and spend how I want. It's our money. Your money is my money. And my money is my money, but your money is my money. It's going to be an issue. Especially when she's like, you spent $5 on peanut butter and I don't appreciate it. You know how outrageous this is? But hey, let's not get to the deeper issues, right? Because let's talk about what the deeper issues are in the relationship. It can't just be about the peanut butter and the $1,000 shoes and him making the shish kebabs the wrong way. It can't be that, right? There's obviously some communication issues. There's some trust issues. And I don't know, like, where's the love, right? And we're going to talk about that. Patty says, you noticed that Papa Mike didn't even acknowledge Georgie on camera when he came to pick up the girls. I don't think Georgie said a word to anyone. I think he was feeling very uncomfortable. So yes, I did notice that. So he goes on to say, I don't like that she's condescending. I'm not a little kid. I don't need a mommy around to tell me what to do. And she's like, well, you have it easy. You have it convenient here. I do everything for you. I love on you. I provide for you. I. And he's like, you think that this is convenient because I have a roof over my head? I have no friends here. I have no family here. I'm not convenient. And actually, I don't want to fucking be here. Georgie, what? Are you bucking up against Darcey on your free ride? You don't want to be living for free, having all your bills paid for. You don't got a job. And it's not like you can't work, right? And yes, I know the pandemic, all the things, massage therapists, all the things, but we're here now. But it's not convenient for you. Feel free to listen. Feel free to leave. If this is not convenient, feel free. You've been here for 10 years, my friend. So why do you have no friends? Because you live in Connecticut for free? I would think that would give you more time to make friends. You go to the gym every day. Could you meet some people at the gym? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know the saying because you guys know I'm terrible with sayings, but I think it's like you're probably not supposed to kick a gift horse in the mouth. Just saying. So Darcey says, you know what? You're closed off. You don't talk to me. And she starts crying again. And she's like, I just don't know how to talk to you. You don't open up ever. And I just need to know. And things are so bad. So I have been talking to your ex-wife. What? They've been reaching out back and forth because Darcey feels that Octavia can relate to what she's going through. And Darcey feels that she can learn from Octavia. Now, Octavia has already told her to walk away and that she deserves better. They've been texting back and forth about Georgie behind Georgie's back. And now she's telling Georgie. Now, here's my first take on that. Why would you be texting and calling the ex-wife? Why? What are you going to get from that? What ex of any of y'all's are going to say great things about you? Your ex is for a reason. Now, some people, say, hey, we're best friends and woo, 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 and we parted amicably and everything is great. But when you're not there, do you think that they're singing your praises? Do you? And do you think it's appropriate for the fiance to be calling the ex and the ex doesn't know about it? I don't know what you think, but that's not a move that I would make. However, Georgie is not impressed. Georgie is pissed off that you're talking to my ex and not telling me. And meanwhile, she already left me in a weird, bad situation, he said. And I was like, ooh, what bad situation? Let's talk about that. What happened? You're causing trust issues in your own relationship, Darcey, because now he doesn't trust you. He says, I don't trust Darcey anymore. You're talking behind my back. You're texting her. So why would I open up to you? I'm not going to open up to you because I don't trust you. There's no respect in this relationship. There's no trust in this relationship. There's no communication in this relationship. And that's why it's not working. He says he's trying to fix it, but she's pushing him away. I agreed 100%. No trust. You clearly don't trust him because you can't talk to him. And so because you can't talk to him, you're going to his ex behind his back and talking about him. That can't be healthy for a relationship. There's no respect. You don't respect him. That's why you guys are fighting over $5 peanut butter. You actually are starting to resent that you have to pay for everything. And he just gets to sit around and do whatever he wants and spend your money. There's no communication because, hey, listen, he just told you the things that are bothering him. He's bothered by staying at the house by himself. He's bothered that you're talking behind his back to his ex. He's bothered that you nitpick him and then you move on and then you don't allow him to move on. He's telling you with his words, he's trying to communicate with you. Here are the things that are bothering me, and this is why our relationship is not working out. I'm trying to fix it, but in his opinion, she's pushing him away. Now, what is Darcey's answer to this? Oh, wait. And then he also says, you're going and doing all these things. You're not taking my feelings into consideration, and you're not taking our relationship into consideration. These are all the things that Georgie is saying. What does Darcey say instead of absorbing that? Absorbing him saying, hey, you know what? I don't trust you. We're not communicating. There's no respect here. I'm trying to work on it, but like you keep pushing me. What did she say? You're love bombing me. You're love bombing me. She says, this love is not real. I'm focusing on me and I'm not looking back. I'm going to be a boss babe. I'm going to focus on my kids. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on my life. I deserve better. I'm going to Turkey and I'm going to embark on a journey like never before. And the new Darcey, when I come back, is going to be bigger and better than ever. Did you just write a script? What did you just say? This dude's sitting on the bed saying, hey, we have a communication problem. I don't trust you. I'm trying to work on it. And you wrote a whole Oscar-worthy script about love bombing and boss babing, focusing in on you, and then embarking on a journey like never before. First of all, who talks like that? Second of all, are you listening? Are you listening to what he's saying? Because to me, it seems like he's right. It is all about you all of a sudden. You didn't take in what he said and respond appropriately. You let him talk at you. You didn't listen and hear him. And instead, you just were ready with your speech. It was like a pre-written speech. Embark on a journey like never before. And I'm not looking back. And what did she say? She said, oh, and it starts from within. Okay. So she packs it up, and even with that whole monologue that she did, he still helps her with her bags, and they get downstairs, meet Stacey downstairs, and apparently it's twin tuition, they call it, because they're wearing similar outfits. Now, Georgie is in his feelings, right? Because they just had a big fight and she just gave him this whole tirade, didn't hear him. So he's like, again, closed off, but he's being petty. Now, I was petty yesterday, you guys. We all have our petty moments. You know when you're being petty. And Georgie was being petty in this moment. So Georgie sees Stacey and says, hey, Stacey, are you starting to use that stuff on your face? And then she's like, yes. Do you see a difference? He's like, yes, your skin looks different. It looks better than Darcey's. Darcey still has wrinkles. Okay, Petty Betty, get your jabs in. I know that there were jabs the night before with the diamond. They come and they go. And now it's your turn to be petty. I don't know if two petties make a healthy relationship, but I see what you're putting down there. Silence. There's an awkward silence after he says that. Then we see Stacey and Florian having this a beautiful romantic goodbye. They're hugging, they're kissing, they're embracing. They're saying, I'll miss you, all this stuff. And meanwhile, you look over and Darcey and Georgie are standing there in awkward silence, all tensed up, just looking crazy. And then he says something that was so mean, you guys. He's like, gives her a hug. And you know that hug that's like the tap, tap, like, see you later, bro. Have a good one, bro. That he taps her on her back, says, be safe. And maybe one day you'll find someone to be happy too. Then he goes on to say, you haven't been happy since day one. You're always complaining and, just be safe. Wow. That to me sounds like you're breaking up. She's getting into her car to catch a flight and you're kind of passive aggressively breaking up with her after you just told her that she didn't look as good as her twin sister. Ouch. 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 So they get in the car. Stacey wants to kind of talk it over with Darcey, but Darcey doesn't want to talk about it. All she wants to do is focus on herself. She wants to stand up for herself. She's not going to let him take advantage of her anymore. And she just wants to go and have good vibes in the car so she can have good vibes in the plane on the way to Turkey. So we'll see. Then we see Georgie to camera say that he doesn't really know how he feels about the situation anymore. I guess he's going to take this time to figure it out. But as of now, he's kind of not feeling it. And if he's really not feeling it, he might as well just go ahead and move out during this time. Don't you think? Vanessa says, that sounds like a break. It sure indeed sounds like a break to me too, Vanessa. That Allison said, goodbye, friend. So Darcey to camera says she doesn't know where her relationship stands now, but the trip is going to help her figure out what she wants. And then she starts crying again. Doesn't feel like Georgie loves her. She doesn't know what's going to happen in the future with them. And no man is going to talk to me that way. No man is going to talk to me the way he talked to me. And she starts crying again. She doesn't want to be hurt by any man. I don't want to be hurt anymore. And I don't want to be hurt by that man. Okay. So they're Stacey and her walking through the airport. She's like, it's just me and you, just like old times. And off they go to Turkey to get their Barbie makeover. Okay. All of that seems like it's just really not going anywhere good anytime soon. It's a mess, y'all. It's a mess. Now, Dr. Linda, I am no doctor, but I sure do have some opinions. feels like go to Turkey, do whatever you're going to do, but also make some tough decisions. Do you want to be in this relationship? Both Darcey and Stacey. I think maybe Darcey needs to take a break from dating and really actually focus on herself. And maybe start dating a different type of guy. I don't know. But take the time away and just not date. Stacey, on the other hand, I think that she has to work on her trust issues. Your husband cheated, you forgave him, and you married him after he cheated. So you have to not forget, but if you forgave him, you have to move past it, and you can't keep trying to control him, and you can't keep trying to bring that up because you married him anyways. So he's past it. He's thinking you're past it. This can't be something that comes up over and over and over again. Now, here's the thing that I'm super confused about as well, you guys, now that it popped in my mind. So this whole season, we're focusing on Stacey trying to have a baby, right? But you're going to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get your abdominal muscles stretched, tummy tucked, sucked in, snatched in, boobs lifted, cheeks done, lips done, nose done, everything done, but you're trying to have a baby? So what happens if you get pregnant? Like, what was the point of doing all of this stuff unless you're not really trying to get pregnant? Like, I'm confused. Is that something people do? You spend thousands of dollars on a body makeover just to turn around and say, I'm trying to get pregnant right now? And time is of the essence? It's very confusing. It's very confusing to me. Don't know. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit about the behind the scenes stuff real quick as well. So I keep telling you guys to watch the behind the scenes of Darcey and Stacey because that is probably my favorite part of the whole show. So it's these two sitting and telling us some of the stuff that we haven't seen behind the scenes. So one of the things they talked about was the crew was involved in this whole Stacey missing all the turns to go to the bank. So she missed the exit 3 times, but so did they. So as they're filming, all the trucks and vans that are following her are having to make all the same crazy turns that she's making because she keeps missing the turn. Then Darcey said that there was some scenes that we didn't get to see where Georgie was really playful with her daughters. They actually have a really good relationship. They really enjoy each other. They did this, like, he was playing with oven mitts, and one was Darcey and one was Stacey, and he was doing this weird thing that Darcey and Stacey does, which I think is hilarious. And then with the airport, one of their favorite things for Darcey and Stacey to do is they love duty-free shopping. They love it so much. That's their favorite thing to do at the airport. And so they went and bought matching designer bags, matching designer bracelets, but they also lost track of time, didn't know where their gate was, and almost missed the plane to Turkey. That was the behind the scenes stuff. Now, I love that type of stuff. I love hearing it because I want to see the stuff. It's like, you know, when the tell-all a few years ago, when the whole 10-hour tell-all leaked, that was my favorite tell-all because I got to see all the stuff that they edit out. And that's the stuff that we really want to see. Show me the behind. Like, just drop the raw footage. And as fans, we'll sort through the nonsense. And speaking of nonsense, you guys, listen, this has nothing to do with Darcey and Stacey. But head over to 98 The Melanated Way on Instagram. Paul posted something that has just totally floored me, and I'm waiting to hear back from him. Guys, thank you so much. What are y'all saying in the live chat here? Patty says, all of these adults are shady and desperate. Oh, Patty. Vanessa says, normal people wait until they're done having kids for a mom makeover. Facts. And Barbara says, I hope they got cheap peanut butter while they were over there. Guys, thank you so much for watching the show. She said, wait, whose Instagram? My Instagram. So the Instagram name, I'll pop that up, is right there on your screen at 90 Day The Melanated Way. Head over there. Check out what Paul's got going on, y'all. Woo! Oh, Paul. Guys, great show. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys all back here tomorrow for more shows. Happy Wednesday. Bye for now.